Welcome to my advanced guide to XP farming. This is a follow-up from my beginner's guide to fast leveling. That was one of my first videos, and the goal for that video was for new players to help them out upgrading their first character to level 50 so they could start participating in parties and unlocking level 10 dungeons and so on. So there was a lot of information that I didn't want to dump on that video because I wanted to make it more approachable for new players. But in this video, I want to talk about more advanced stuff and a few numbers here and there. I know they're scary, but it is what it is. So there are several game modes in this game that give full experience. Most game modes give only reduced experience. And the reduced experience that they give depends on each mode. But from all the data I've gathered, they are between 5 and 10% of the total experience. So it's a very small number. But anyway, let's talk about the experience formula. Here I've written it, the base XP, and when I say base XP, I mean for full XP modes, is 2 times the enemy level plus 28. Easy. Obviously, what this means is that low enemy levels give a lot of experience compared to higher levels because you have this plus 28 on top of it. So let's check, for example, uh, in the first mode where you get full experience, which is story mode. Okay, so let's go back to the game. Now, when you have a character that has already finished the story mode, here, as you can see, it will say story complete, and it will not allow you to select it any further. So I'm going to use my test character. With this character, I have, let's go to the utility stats. Here you can see I have 90% 0.31 additional experience bonus. But let's go to a story fight. This one, for example. With this character, I'm farming story mode. Please check my video on story mode farming. As you can see, the enemy is level 12. So we can expect, let's bring the calculator here. Okay. Level 12 times 2 is 24, plus 28 is 52. Now we have to multiply by 1.9 because I have a 90% additional experience. So we can expect 98.8, which the game will round up to 99. So let's see if it works that way. We kill it. And if you look right here, okay, the base experience was 50, so I made a mistake in the calculations. It looks like it's, okay, so maybe I made a mistake in the calculations because I was extrapolating from the maximum experience, which is 230 at level 101. So apparently at lower levels is a different formula. Still, it was 2 times enemy level, which was 24, plus 26. So the base experience that I got was 50 instead of 52. And therefore, after applying the 90% bonus, the total was 95. Now, if you rewind the video, you will see that the base experience the number 50 shows up here for a fraction of a second, and immediately after it applies the bonus and it shows the final number of 95. Okay, but even when I was a little bit off, because apparently the formula is not linear, I was close enough, I think. So that is the first game mode that gives full experience. But as I said, story mode cannot be farmed for experience. It can only be done once for each character. Next, we have the follower side quests. Again, with the follower side quests, we have exactly the same issue. With a character that has already done all the follower side quests, when we go to the tavern, we see no quests available because I've already done all quests for all my followers with this character. So they can only be done once for each character. For this test character, they are available. So here, as you can see, we have the exclamation mark here telling us, yeah, there is a set quest available because I completed chapter 1. However, the completion rewards, because this class is a shaman and I already did all follower side quests with a shaman, will only give a bit of gold. Yes, the experience you can get here is full experience, but there is no point in doing this after you've already done it with each class. You want to do it 7 times, one for each class, but after that, there is no point in repeating them. So yes, those modes, well, let me show you as an example. Let's do this fight and see the experience that we get is level 7. So again, now I know that the formula is not linear, but still 7 times 2 is 14 plus I'm going to use 26, but it's probably going to be lower than that, but still it will be 40 multiplied by 1.9. We will get 76 total experience. So let's see if that's true. But it will probably be 74, 75, something like that. No, 76. Okay, it was 40 and then it went up to 76. So apparently at lower levels, or maybe they have changed it to plus 26 instead of plus 28. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, yeah, if I complete this follower side quest, I will only get gold, so there is no point in farming this for experience. The next one we have on the list are adventures. Now, I don't, even when this video is an XP farm guide, I don't farm experience. All the experience that you see on my characters are from farming adventures. Yes, whenever there is a repeatable adventure, I play it a lot. And the main reason is the rewards you get for the adventures themselves, but the extra experience is obviously very good as well. However, there are different types of adventures, and let's go back to my main. Right now, there are no repeatable adventures that I can farm. The Dragon King's Prize is a one time that I already completed. Farm Girls Day Out is a farmable adventure, but will start in 2.5 days. So right now I cannot farm it. But whenever there is a farmable adventure running on, my advice is focus all the time you can put on it on the adventure. You will get great rewards as well as a lot of experience. And obviously, if you have a fast build, And that's one of the reasons why I made this build for my shaman. I have a video on it in this channel as well. But one of the reasons was I want a fast build so I can farm adventures really fast. When on top of that you have good experience bonus like I do, 90% is not a lot, but it's a decent amount of bonus experience. The result is that you're farming a lot of experience really, really fast. So if there is a repeatable adventure running, that is the best thing you can do. Finally, the fourth one is seasons. This is something I already talked about in my beginner's guide, but let's talk about it again in here. We go to the archive, we select one season, for example this one, and you can see the story is complete. However, if you click on this icon, the game will allow you to redo any of the chapters. There are 3 difficulty levels: normal, hard, and elite. Normal chapter 1 starts at level 20, chapter 2 level 30, chapter 3 40, hard starts chapter 1 at 50, chapter 2 at 60, chapter 3 at 70, and in elite, chapter 1 at 80, chapter 2 at 90, and chapter 3 at 100. So are you sure you want to replay this chapter? Yes, I am. And it restarts the chapter for you to farm. So let's do it. Loading in. And this is an enemy 102. Okay, now I think I know why I made a mistake in the formula, because I thought this enemy was 101. So let's kill it and see if my calculations were off or not. If it gives 230 base experience, then I know what happened. So let's have a look. And yeah, 230. I don't know if you were fast enough to to see it. If you didn't, just rewind it. But if we go back to the formula, yeah, the formula is plus 26. That was the mistake I made. So it was linear after all. Okay. And let's pull the calculator. Level 102 times 2 is 204 plus 26 is 230. And now we multiply by 1.9 and the total is 437. Going back to the game, we have 438. And the reason why is that I don't have 90%, I have a bit over 90%, so the game is rounding up the total number. Let's go back, and I should have gone here. It's okay. Utility stats, as you can see, 90.31, and that decimal made it go up. So these are the 4 places where you can farm experience. However, it's really only 2 of them because, as I said, story mode and the follower side quests can only be done once for each character. Story mode can be farmed, but you farm it for the resources you get, not for the experience, because you're starting a new character from level 1 and it will not give you experience for your citadel until that character gets to level 50. Now, the next thing I want to talk is about the citadel itself, because you farm experience to increase your citadel level. As you can see, I'm at level 235 right now, and the amount of experience that I need for the next level is 113,000. That is a lot. The first 100 levels go by pretty quickly, from 100 to 200 it slows down, and after 200 it's a grind. So that's why I said I don't really grind experience for itself. I play a lot of adventures and I get a lot of experience from them, but I don't specifically grind experience. Finally, let's talk about the other thing that are the hunts, because this mode at let me close this. Okay, this mode at first glance sounds great. Gain bonus XP if this is not your highest level hero. Sounds good, right? The problem is that the moment any of your characters get to level 50, they become your highest level hero because all the additional experience goes to your citadel. So if I pick my level 50 necromancer, yeah, this hero will not gain bonus XP. So it's only for your low level heroes that here it says, okay, now it will. The thing is that this is useful hunts if, let's say that you have your first hero and you get it to level 50, and then you start upgrading all the other um, six classes. And with the other six classes, you play the whole story mode and you play the whole follower side quests, and you will end up with level 40, I think it's 48, or maybe at the start of 49. I don't remember exactly because I was already playing with some XP bonuses, so it will be really, really close to 50. So yes, you can use hunts to get those characters with for that one or two levels that they are missing. However, you can also farm the archive seasons for, for the same. So I don't really see any point in doing hunts. Next, let's talk about, let's go back to my main character, and let's talk about the reduced experience that you get everywhere else. So for example, if you do a dungeon, this is a level 100 dungeon. Well, let me go to 2.3 because I'm farming a specific spell here. Okay, let's do this dungeon. Okay, let's do it quickly. Now, in the dungeon, as you can see, the first enemy will be at a slightly lower level. So this one starts at level 98, even when the dungeon level is 100. The mini-boss will start at level 100, as you can see. And finally, the boss will be at level 100 as well. Yes, 100 as well. Okay. And kill it quickly. So let's have a look at the experience. Did you see the number 32 showing up? There was a number 32 before it applied the 90% bonus. I got a diamond chest, which is great. So let's replace this one. Okay. Now, for a level 100, we were expecting 300 and, excuse me, let's bring the calculator. For a level 100, 100 times 2 plus 26 would be 226. Instead, it was 230. The, excuse me, Yeah, uh, 226. Let's go back because I'm making a mistake here. So we got 32. 32 times 100 divided by 226. That is 14% of the expected base experience. So yeah, this reduced experience that you get in dungeons and skirmishes and any other of the game modes are, from my experience, between 10 and 15%. They don't seem to have any specific formula, but it's a very, very small number. However, that being said, the next thing I want to talk about is about having a character with a bonus experience load. For example, this one, remember that each class you can generate a total of 25 loadouts. So you can make here whatever you want. And this one specifically, I have it for experience. All these pieces of equipment have extra experience on them. Not this one. I don't know why do I have this item equipped. Okay, that was a surprise. But this one, as you can see, has experience bonus. Now, this is as easy as going here, filtering for experience bonus, and here you can see all the items you have. So right now, for example, this drag helm will give me plus 8.69. Let's equip it, hone it, and that's a 9.74. So, as I said, this is a character that I'm not currently using for fighting because this is not really a build. In fact, I don't know, no, yeah, no, it doesn't even have spells equipped. But in the utility stats, you can see it has 120% additional bonus. So, what do I use this character for? Well, whenever I want to spend my loot tickets. Here are my dungeon loot tickets and my regular skirmish loot tickets. So for example, during adventures like Gong's Sushi Surprise, where you get a ton of extra food, or Famker's Day Out, in this adventure you get only 500 food after each run, but if you can do, I don't know, 15 runs in 1 hour, well, that's 7,500 food, which is a lot. So I can stop farming the adventure. I can go here to um, skirmishes. Where did I? Okay, it's selected. And I can spend my tickets here. Are you sure? Uh, yeah. Now, here you get reduced experience, as you can see, but still, if you can get extra experience from it, eh, you're not really fighting, so you don't need to have a good build for it. Another thing that I recommend, if you are in a party and you are not strong enough to defeat the enemies, you're being carried by me or any other high level player, just select whichever character you have with an XP loadout and you will get extra experience. Yes, the experience in this mode is reduced, but you're getting extra experience for just being there. So I think it's a good idea to always have one character with an experience loadout for using your tickets or for partying. Obviously, if you are in a party and you are the one carrying other characters, don't do that. I play in parties with my main character that, as I said before, has 90% bonus, but because this build can afford having 90% bonus. So next, let's talk about how to increase the amount of experience that you get, because I've talked about the base experience that you get, but how do you increase this number? Well, if you check my items, you will see that most of my items have experience bonuses. For example, these boots, 11.73, this belt has 9.22, the gloves have 13.52, etc. Now, if you have an item with a quality of 1000 plus 400 from honing. As you can see, the honing button doesn't show up here because this item is already honed up to 10 diamonds. So this is the maximum honing. If you have an item with a quality of 1000 plus 400, which is the maximum, the experience bonus you will get is 15.2. So let's bring up the calculator again. Uh, okay, I was already here. Sorry. So 15.2 times 12, because you have a total of 12 equipment slots, it's equal to 182.4%. This is the maximum amount of experience you can get from your gear. So, going back to the game, here in the Citadel, there is no way right now to increase your experience. As you can see, there are no allocation points. It would be great if the light magic had additional experience instead of gold bonus, but that's not the case. However, there are other bonuses that you can get, and those bonuses are for VIP players. Well, not exactly VIP, but spending customers. Let's call it that way. So you have here in the featured packs tab of the shop, 3 different packs. I don't know why it is in US dollars because I'm in Europe. It should be euros, but whatever. Uh, I thought it would be the local currency, but apparently it isn't. Anyway, uh, each one of these 3 packs will give you an additional permanent additional 5% experience. So the Pathfinder's Way, that is to hero level from 1 to 50, will give you +5. The Citadel's Guardian will give you another +5, and the Citadel's Champion will give you another +5, for a total of +15 additional experience if you want to buy these bundles. Finally, and this is something I was told, but I can neither confirm nor deny it. It's just something I was told. If you are the highest crest earner in your kingdom, the list of the crests is updated every week. But if for 1 week you are the number 1 in your kingdom, you will also get an additional 5% experience for the following week. This renews each week depending on which character is the number 1. Okay, looks like the game is completely frozen. Great. Great timing for crashing game. Yeah, this is awesome. Well, okay. Still thinking. But anyway, that was all I wanted to talk about the experience farming. Maybe I need to close it. Anyway, that was the video. That's all I wanted to talk about in this video. If it was useful, please like, comment, subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.